Student Sairam, let's continue with chapter 5, Understanding Elementary Shapes. This is concluding part of the chapter. Children, in our previous sessions, we learned about different types of angles and how to measure the angles using a protractor, and also about the perpendicular lines and perpendicular bisectors. In today's session, we will learn about the classification of triangles based on their sides and angles, and about the quadrilaterals, polygons and three-dimensional shapes. So let's see what are different types of triangles based on their sides and based on their angles. Children, on the basis of length of the sides, there are three types of triangles. They are equilateral triangle, isosceles triangle and scalene triangle. And on the basis of their angles, there are three types of triangles. They are acute angle triangle, obtuse angle triangle and right angle triangle. Now, what is an equilateral triangle? A triangle which has all the sides equal is known as an equilateral triangle. So here this figure shows an equilateral triangle with all sides equal. Then isosceles triangle, a triangle which has two sides equal is an isosceles triangle. Then third one is a scalene triangle. A triangle having all the sides of different lengths is known as a scalene triangle. Now, these are the different types of triangles based on their sides. First one is scalene. All the sides are different length. Then isosceles, two sides are of different or of equal length. And then we have equilateral triangle where all the sides are of equal length. Then types of triangles based on their angles. Acute angle triangle. What is an acute angle triangle? A triangle all of whose angles are acute angles, that means less than 90 degree, are called acute angle triangle. And obtuse angle triangle, what is it? A triangle which has only one angle as the obtuse angle is an obtuse angle triangle. And right angle triangle, a triangle which has one angle as right angle is a right angle triangle. Now, these are the three types of triangles based on the angles. First one is acute angle triangle. All the three angles are of different are less than 90 degree. Then right angle triangle, one angle is equal to 90 degree, and then third one is obtuse angle triangle where one of the angles is obtuse, that means more than 90 degree. Now, based on the classification of triangles, let's solve problems of exercise 5.6. Question 1. Name the types of the following triangles. A. Triangle with lengths of sides 7 cm, 8 cm and 9 cm. So lengths of all the sides is different, so it's a scalene triangle. B. Triangle ABC with AB is equal to 8.7 centimeters, AC is equal to 7 centimeters and BC is equal to 6 centimeters. AB, AC and BC are three sides of the triangle ABC and they are of different lengths. So it's a scalene triangle. C. Triangle PQR such that PQ is equal to QR is equal to PR is equal to 5 centimeter. So here we have a triangle PQR and the sides of the triangle are PQ, QR and PR, which are of 5 centimeter length. That means they are of equal length. So it's an equilateral triangle. D. Triangle DEF with measure of angle D 90 degree. So here we have an triangle DEF where angle D is 90 degrees. So it's a right angle triangle. E. Triangle XYZ with measure of angle Y is equal to 90 degree and XY is equal to YZ. So in this triangle we have one angle which is 90 degree and two sides are equal. So it's an isosceles right angle triangle. F. Triangle LMN with measure of angle L equal to 30 degree, measure of angle M is equal to 70 degree, and measure of angle N is equal to 80 degree. So all the angles of this triangle element are less than 90 degree. So it is an acute angle triangle. Now question 2, we have two columns, measure of triangle and types of triangle. We have to match them. So first one is three sides of equal length. So three sides of the triangle are of equal length. That means it's an equilateral triangle, option E. Then second one, two sides of equal length, it is option G, isosceles. Third one, all sides are of different length, that means scalene, option A. Then fourth one, three acute angles, that means it is an acute angle triangle, it is option F. Then fifth one is one right angle, that means it's D, option D, right angle triangle. And then sixth, one obtuse angle, that means it's an obtuse angle triangle, option C. And seventh one, a right angle with two sides of equal length, that means it is an isosceles right angle triangle, that means option B. Now next question, name each of the following triangles in two different ways. You may judge the nature of the angle by observation. Now here we have triangles and we have to name them in two different ways, that means based on their lengths and based on their angles. So here by looking at them we can know about their angles. So first one, A, it has all two sides equal, 5 centimeter and 5 centimeter, this side and this side is equal, and all the angles are acute angles less than 90 degree. So it is an acute angle and isosceles triangle. B, it has one angle which is of 90 degree measure and all the sides are of different lengths. So it is a right angle and scalene triangle. Then C, here we have an obtuse angle in this triangle and two sides are of equal length. So it is an obtuse angle and isosceles triangle. Then next one, D, we have two sides which are of equal length, 10 centimeters and 10 centimeters, and one angle is 90 degree angle. So it is a right angle and isosceles triangle. E, here we have a triangle which has all the sides 5.2 centimeters. So it is an equilateral and all the angles are less than 90 degree. So it is an equilateral acute angle triangle. Last one, F, it has all the sides of different length and an obtuse angle. So it is an obtuse angle scalene triangle. Now coming to the next topic, that is quadrilaterals. Children, we have learned that a polygon is a closed figure made up of line segments. So what is a quadrilateral? A quadrilateral is a polygon which is made up of 4 line segments. It is made up of 4 line segments, that means it has 4 sides. So a 4-sided polygon is called a quadrilateral. Now let's understand about the different types of quadrilaterals. So first one is a rectangle. So what is a rectangle? A quadrilateral with 2 pairs of equal sides and 4 right angles. Children, first let's consider this quadrilateral and as A, B, C, D. Okay, we will name it A, B, C and D. Okay, so what are the sides of the this rectangle of this quadrilateral? AB, BC and CD and DA. These are 4 sides of the quadrilateral. And what are the 4 angles? They are angle A, angle B, angle C and angle D are 4 angles of the quadrilateral. Okay, so what are the opposite sides? This and this side are opposite. Similarly, this side and this side are opposite. So in a rectangle, we have opposite sides equal. This side and this side is equal, and this side and this side equal. And all the angles of the rectangle are of 90 degree. They are all right angles. Okay, so a rectangle is a quadrilateral with 2 pairs of equal sides and 4 right angles. So here we have another rectangle, MNOP, okay, and it's a quadrilateral with opposite sides or equal opposite sides and 4 right angles, and the diagonals of the quadrilateral of the rectangle are equal. Okay, what are the diagonals? The diagonals are lines joining opposite vertices of a quadrilateral. These are the vertices. So MO is a diagonal, and also PN is also another diagonal. So diagonals of a rectangle are equal. Now, second type of quadrilateral is a square. A square has all the sides equal, all the sides are equal, and all the angles of measure 90 degrees. So square is a quadrilateral with 4 equal sides and 4 right angles. Now, what is a next quadrilateral? It is a parallelogram. So what is a parallelogram? It's a quadrilateral with opposite sides which are parallel and equal. So in a parallelogram, opposite sides will be parallel and equal. Okay, and opposite angles are equal. What are the opposite angles here? This angle and this angle are opposite. So they will be equal in a parallelogram. And this angle will be equal. Opposite angles are equal, opposite sides are equal and parallel. Now next one is a rhombus. So what is a rhombus? Rhombus is a parallelogram with 4 equal sides and opposite angles equal. So in a rhombus we have all the sides equal and opposite angles are equal. Now, a trapezium. What is a trapezium? It's a quadrilateral with 2 parallel sides. That means only one pair of parallel sides. Okay, the other pair will not be parallel. So here we can see these 2 sides are parallel, but these 2 sides are not parallel. So trapezium is a quadrilateral with only one pair of parallel sides. Now, based on the quadrilaterals, we will solve the problems of exercise 5.7. First question is, say true or false. A. Each angle of a rectangle is a right angle. Yes, it is true. B. The opposite sides of a rectangle are equal in length. This is also true. C. The diagonals of a square are perpendicular to each other. Yes, it is true. The diagonals of a square, if we take this as a square, then the diagonals of the square, they are perpendicular to each other. They form 90-degree angles. Now, D. All the sides of a rhombus are of equal length. So, yes, this is also true. Then E. All the sides of a parallelogram are of equal length. False, isn't it? Only opposite sides of a parallelogram are of equal length. F. The opposite sides of a trapezium are parallel. Only one pair of sides are parallel in a trapezium. Other pair is not parallel. So this statement is false. Question 2. Give reasons for the following. A square can be thought of as a special rectangle. So what is the difference between a square and a rectangle? In a square, all the sides are equal, whereas in a rectangle, only opposite sides are equal. So if we have a rectangle with all sides equal, then it becomes a square. B. A rectangle can be thought of as a special parallelogram. So let's think first, what is the difference between a rectangle and parallelogram? In a parallelogram, opposite angles are equal, whereas in a rectangle all the four angles are 90-degree angles. So if we have a parallelogram with all the angles as right angles, then it becomes a rectangle. Then C, a square can be thought of as a special rhombus. So what is the difference between a square and a rhombus? In a square all the angles are right angles, whereas in a rhombus only opposite angles are equal. So a rhombus with all the angles right angles becomes a square. D, squares, rectangles, parallelograms are all quadrilaterals. Yes, squares, rectangles, parallelograms, they are all made up of 4 line segments. So they are all four-sided polygons, and they are called quadrilaterals. E, square is also a parallelogram. Yes, because the opposite sides of a square are parallel, so it's a parallelogram. Question number 3. A figure is said to be regular if its sides are equal in length and angles are equal in measure. Can you identify a regular quadrilateral? Yes, we have a square where all the sides are equal and all the angles are equal. So we can call a square a regular quadrilateral. Now next comes a polygon. Children, we have learned earlier also that polygon is a simple closed figure which is made up of line segments, entirely of line segments. So here we can see these are all polygons. They are closed figures made up of line segments, whereas these figures, they are not polygons. Either they are not made of line segments, and other two are, they are solid shapes. They cannot be called polygons. Now, so here we have different types of polygons. Here we have a triangle which is made up of 3 sides, 3 line segments. It has 3 sides. Then we have a quadrilateral which has 4 sides, a pentagon which has 5 sides, then hexagon. Hexagon has 6 sides, and octagon is made of 8 line segments. It has 8 sides. Now, exercise 5.8 based on the polygons. Examine whether the following are polygons. Anyone among them is not, say why. Okay, so we have to look at the figures and tell whether they are polygons or not, and if anyone is not, then we have to tell the reason. So figure 1, it's not a polygon. Why? Because it's not a closed figure, it's open figure. Now B, yes, it is a polygon because this figure is entirely made up of line segments. C is not a polygon because it is a circle. It is not made up of line segments. And D is also not a polygon because it is not entirely made up of line segments. Okay. Now, so that is what we have written here. A is not a closed figure, so it's not a polygon. B is a polygon of 6 sides. C and D are not because they are not made up of line segments. Now here we have polygons. We have to name each polygon. So first one is made up of 4 line segments. Okay, 1, 2, 3 and 4. So it is called a quadrilateral. Second one is a triangle made up of 3 line segments, a 3-sided polygon. So it is a triangle. And then third one made up of 5 line segments. It's a pentagon having 5 sides. And the last one, D, is having 8 sides. It's an octagon. This one is an octagon. Now, here we have a question. Draw a rough sketch of a regular hexagon. Connecting any 3 of its vertices, draw a triangle. Identify the type of triangle you have drawn. So here we have to draw a rough sketch of a hexagon. Hexagon means, a regular hexagon means all the sides should be equal, okay, and it should have 6 sides. So here we have A, B, C, D, E, F as a regular hexagon, and if we join the vertices like D, A and B, if we join the vertices D, A and B, we can form a triangle. Okay, and what type of triangle it is? Because its sides, all the sides are different, so it is a scalene triangle. Similarly, we can draw one more triangle by joining the alternate vertices like E, C and A. We can join them and form a triangle. This triangle will be having all the sides equal, so it is an equilateral triangle EAC. Question 4. Draw rough sketch of a regular octagon. Okay, and draw a rectangle by joining exactly 4 of the vertices of the octagon. So here we have drawn an octagon. You can draw an octagon and join 4 of its vertices H, C, D and G. And what do we get? We get a rectangle HCDG. Okay. Now, fifth question. A diagonal is a line segment that joins any 2 vertices of the polygon and is not a side of a polygon. Draw a rough sketch of a pentagon and draw its diagonals. So what are diagonals? Diagonals are the lines which join any 2 vertices of the polygon which are not side to side. Okay. So we have a pentagon here. We have to draw a pentagon, that means a figure with 5 sides, and we have to join the vertices and form diagonals. So we can have this pentagon here ABCDE, which is a required pentagon, and the diagonals can be AD. We can join AD and form a diagonal. Similarly, AC can also be another diagonal, and we can have BE and BD also as diagonals. Okay, so these are the different diagonals of this pentagon. Now coming to the next topic, that is 3-dimensional shapes. Children, you must have seen Rubik's square or a cone or oranges or spheres, which are 3-dimensional figures. Okay, they are solid shapes which are having 3D, which are called 3D shapes. Okay, so solid shapes having 3 dimensions are known as 3D shapes. So these are different 3-dimensional shapes: the cube, pyramid, okay, sphere, cylinder, cone, triangular prism, cuboid, hexagon prism. These are all solid 3-dimensional shapes. So we have the examples of the 3-dimensional shapes. What are they? First one is ice cream cone, example of a cone, an ice cream cone. Then we have a cube, Rubik's cube. Okay, it's a block, or you can take Rubik's square as the cube. Then cuboid, a matchbox or a textbook can be taken as an example of a cuboid. Cylinder, a glass, and sphere, a ball is a sphere. And then have a pyramid, a Rubik's is a pyramid shape, in a pyramid shape. So what is a cuboid? You can take your compass box or pencil box as the example of a cuboid. Okay, so what is the face of a cuboid? For any solid shape, the flat surface is called its face. This can be taken as the face of a cuboid. Now, how many faces does a cuboid has? It has 6 faces. And what is an edge? An edge is a line segment formed by joining 2 faces of a solid shape. So here we can have this as an edge. Okay. So similarly, this is also an edge. This is also an edge. So a cuboid has 12 edges. And a cuboid has 8 vertices. What are vertices? Where 3 edges meet, it is called a vertex or vertices. Okay, when it is plural, we call it vertices. So where a corner where the 3 edges meet is the vertex. So a cuboid has 6 faces, 12 edges and 8 vertices. Now cube. We can see cube is another solid 3D shape, and it has 6 faces, okay, 12 edges like a cuboid only, and 8 vertices or corners, okay. And a cuboid with all edges of equal length will be called a cube. Now what is a triangular prism? A prism which has 2 triangular faces, okay. So this face and this face of a triangular prism are triangle, okay. And there are these are the 2 bases of the prism, and there are 3 rectangular faces. So here we have a rectangular face, here we have, and this one is also a rectangular face. So a triangular prism has 5 faces, 9 edges and 6 vertices in a triangular prism. Now what is a triangular pyramid? So what is a pyramid? A pyramid is a shape with a single base and other faces which are triangles, okay. And in a triangular pyramid, the base is also a triangle. So how many faces does it have? It has 4 faces, 6 edges and 4 corners or vertices. Now what is a square pyramid? A square pyramid has a square as its base, okay. And how many faces it has? It has 5 faces, 8 edges and 5 corners or vertices. Now let's solve exercise 5.9. Here we have to match. So what is the example of a cone? Cone is the second one, isn't it? This one is a cone. Then B, sphere. A ball is a sphere. Cylinder. What is a cylinder? The last one is a cylinder, 5. Then D, cuboid. A textbook is a cuboid. And E, a pyramid. This is a pyramid. Now, what shape is your instrument box? It's a cuboid, isn't it? And a brick, yes, again a brick is also a cuboid. And a matchbox, the shape of matchbox is also a cuboid. A road roller, a roller in a road roller, it is a cylinder. And a sweet laddu, it is a sphere. Children, with this we come to the end of chapter 5. I'll meet you in our next session when we will start a new topic. Thank you.